What I wanted to speak about this week is we are starting a new Sefer. We've moved on from the Sefer of Bereshit, the beginning, to the Sefer of Shemos, the Sefer of Exodus. And we move on from, us being born as a nation and our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And now we go into Egypt. And, we start off in this week's Parsha Shemos, as slaves in Egypt. And very quickly we are taken out. And we really spend a very, very small time on the slavery aspect, even though we were there for 210 years. And we spend so much time really embellishing all the explicit details of the miracles of the 10 plagues and the splitting of the sea. And even at the very beginning in this week's Parsha, when Moshe gives the special sign and his stick turns into a snake, and all the sort of supernatural, crazy amount of supernatural miracles that are going to be taking place in these coming weeks. Very exciting parshas. All the children, this is their definitely favorite part of the Torah. Reminds us also of the Passover Seder when we talk about that. So it's all taking place right here, right now. And the question that people ask is, in the history of the Jewish people, there's never been a time where so many supernatural miracles happened, so concentrated, with such magnitude, the whole world knew about it, splitting of the sea, right? And after, we left Egypt and we got the Torah. Of course, we did experience many miracles in the desert, but it kind of subsided. We don't see, you have obviously there were miracles that happened in the temple on a daily basis. There were open miracles that happened, during the time of Hanukkah with the oil, lasted for a supernatural amount of time. But why is it that Hashem, God, chose to give us all of these miracles so concentrated, right then and there, and the rest of our lives we're looking for them, we're searching for them, we're working hard? What's the significance behind this? So the simple explanation is that we know that when the Jewish people were in Egypt, it was the Jewish people being born as a nation, really, going through that suffering together, and going from being the slaves of Pharaoh to being the slaves of God. And just as a small child, when he starts to walk, the parents have to hold his hand, or you put things there for him to support himself, and chairs and tables, and then we slowly take them away, because if we keep on supporting this child, he'll never be able to walk by himself. So to speak, a lot of commentaries say that era of us being born as a nation is Hashem gave us that artificial lift, so to speak, and then we have to kind of, the rest of our lives, look for it ourselves in our day-to-day life. And that's really the simple explanation of why we were given so much of that then, and we have to work harder to find it now. There is an amazing thought that I want to share with you that Rabbi Kiva Tatz, he's a Kabbalistic rabbi, very deep thought. He lives in London. He's very involved with Ohr Somayach and Kiruv. And he says something else. He says that there's a concept in this world that when a person embarks on a project or something new, he is given a supernatural amount of success at that point. And then all of a sudden it kind of, drops away. And his job is to realize that, look, this is where I could go. It was given to me right away. This is the level I can reach. But now I'm going to have to work my whole life to achieve this. For example, somebody could be working to climb a mountain, and so to speak, that he's taken to the top. He says, look, this is where you're going to be. Look, it's beautiful. This is where you're going to be on top of the world. So many beautiful things here. Now we're going to bring you to the bottom, but you're going to work your whole life to climb up here and get here. So to speak, Hashem tells the Jewish people that your work in this world is to get very, very close to me. Your work is to get up in the morning and to see eventually, as you grow and as you work to find me in this world, is to get that closeness towards me. To get up in the morning and to say, wow, everything is a miracle. Look at the trees, look at the flowers, look at, right, just to think about that. Now, it's a life's work, so we're going to give it all to you right here, right now. You're going to get it packed in, but then you got to work towards really finding it. And it's not only he actually talks about also in terms of even relationships. He says that, something very interesting, he says there's a concept of, in Torah, the word for, let's say, love and romance really is just one word. It's ahava. We all know ahava means love. there is really no word for what, in secular terms we call romance, right? Because he says it's not a real thing. It's something that when two people get together and they want to form a relationship, so they're given a gift of something supernatural, something that's not really real. There is no word for that in the Torah or in Halacha. There is no real entity as such. It's just something that Hashem shows, God shows that, this is a magical relationship that you can have. It's going to go away, and then it's going to take a lifetime to get it back. But this is something that's achievable. Even in terms of, if a person goes into business, sometimes he's given a tremendous amount of success. At the very beginning, he finds himself, he's opening up, he's making deals, and everything is going well, and then all of a sudden he's, it's not going so well, so he just sort of gives up. And the other way to look at it is to say, no, don't give up so fast. God is showing you, look, this is where you could reach. You could achieve that. I know I myself, as I compose many songs, and I find that many of my greatest songs were when I really started writing many, many years ago. And sometimes I can ask myself and say, oh, well, should I give up? Should I just hang it up? It's not going as well as it did then, but I think the healthier attitude is to sort of take this thought and to say that no, it's like, Hashem, when you embark on something, Hashem's going to give you a spark, a real push of success and achievement, and then know where you can be. So when you ever have that moments of inspiration, you start something new. Right now, we all just started the Daf Yomi, this past Shabbos. Everyone started, we're all on the same page, right? So to speak, right? Everyone's learning, right? And you can already write the script. It's going great, and everyone's into it. And it's going to go great for quite some time, because it's something new. But just know that Hashem is giving us that gift of, making it work for us, just to sort of charge us up. But when it does fall away a little bit, just like when those miracles, we need to work hard because we know where we could be based on what He gave us. So I guess we should all look for those moments, never give up, climb that mountain, and have a very good week, everybody.
Can I have everybody? Thank you.